Hello, everybody. So I guess we can start. We start having some people in the call. This is the AMA about GitLab releases and deployments for January 11, 2023. We sent a reminder yesterday on what's happening on GitLab channel. We have two very interesting issues about delivery ERE review and also deployment metrics that we have. So in case you are curious about that or you have some questions about that, please feel free to look in the agenda, and we have the two links there. And feel free to ask any question around that or any question that you have around GitLab releases and deployments.
I can ask a question. With the 2022 metrics review, when you reviewed the yearly metrics, was there anything that was surprising, either good or bad?
Not in particular for the metrics itself. I mean, if you're referring at the 2022 deployment metrics in review, the part that was a bit more surprising to me, was like seeing a upside trend on the DB migration blockers shown over time. But this is something that is not really, it doesn't ring a straight bell, and I can say, okay, I can pinpoint to something and so on. But if it's something I probably would like to dig a bit more into, that is that mainly because of the trend that is actually, uprising, and is not something that is fully random. And Amy, everyone else from delivery, feel free to add your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think it was interesting. I think it was certainly interesting to see the patterns of things. Like I think my surprise was often you're very, very close to the individual details. So, oh, I know I click retry on this job all the time, or those sorts of things. So I suppose my surprise was just simply like actually gathering the data and being able to pull it into blocker by type over the year, actually showed things that some things that I didn't realize. So like Michele realized, I actually had no idea that DB migrations had been trending up. It's not something I had noticed. I actually felt, my sort of personal feeling was I was expecting flaky tests to contribute more, but actually we can see they've really dropped down over the year. So that's a great sign. I know there are still some flaky tests, but I think that was it was a really nice sort of trending down. And then I think the other one was not a surprise, but I was pleased to see, because it's something which I have suspected and believe will be a bigger thing for next year, is change requests. So I think we have more SREs working across infrastructure. We're seeing more project-based things coming out. Almost all of that work is implemented with change requests, which have to block deployments. So I have suspected that this is going to become an increasing sort of an increasing blocker, but there's also manual work that goes around coordinating it. So I was actually pleased to see that was represented in the metrics. Gave me sort of more confidence that the metrics we're gathering are showing kind of the changes that are going on across GitLab as well.
Thank you, Amy. Another actually very interesting trend is infrastructure failure, that was actually trending down. There's also something else that was actually very positive to see on the data.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Any other questions? So there are no more questions. We can conclude the call here, but please, I invite you to give it a look, maybe to the two issues that are linked in the agenda. They're actually pretty interesting and actually showing like from a very high level the impact that we had, not only like in the effort that we worked on, but also like in numbers. So I think it's going to be extremely helpful for everybody that if you have any feedback also around or any question around all the points that we're bringing up on those two issues, we can continue the conversation also async there, or you can always Slack on G-Delivery, the entire team, and we are happy to provide any extra insight that you might want to have on this, or if you have any other ideas how we can improve anything around the releases and deployments, we are always happy to hear. So feel free to reach out to us.
I have one I didn't write in the doc, but I could verbalize
Go
now.
ahead, Chris.
Everyone. I was just looking at the what's coming up in 2023 section in the 2022 numbers issue. All of those sound great. I'm particularly interested in that first one where you're talking about release managers, and we have been improving MTTP, but it comes at a cost. So that I think that's great that we're actually beyond the metric. We're also thinking about the people behind the metric and how what it takes to lower that metric, essentially. Yeah, just curious if you want to share any highlights from that discussion, how you thought about that, and what that might be.
Yeah, it's a great question. So in general, release management is one of the main duties of the delivery group. So it's we have some releases that have been like smoother and other releases that are a bit less smooth. There are a lot of things that are contributing to the let's call it stress level, or at least pressure level on this kind of releases. That it could be like I don't know, failures that we have on any part of the pipelines or any part of the infrastructure that can cause the blockers, and when maybe we are like not able to deploy new changes, or maybe we have to delay a release because of one of those reasons. All these are definitely eye engaging for release manager. So release manager needs to be present, needs to be working directly with the involved parts and stakeholders. And this is taking probably a toll on the daily work of a release manager, because it's actually highly engaging and keeping in a timely manner the solution available is the main priority. And we always tend to be on time with our releases, right? So this also increases a bit the pressure on ourselves to always keep this trend and keeping the results that we provided so far at the same level. So there is an issue linked to the section that you are speaking about, is how to figure out a metric that we can use to measure the current release management, like toil, stress level, engagement. We can see from different perspectives. And how we establish a baseline, that is probably the most important thing right now, and can see how we can improve the baseline, maybe tackling like individual factors that are coming into play. So we're still working into that. If you have any ideas how to do that, it's still a work in progress, that issue as well. So please feel free to contribute to that, but it's something that we really need to focus on, not only to improve the process, but also improve the experience of a release manager around that, while keeping the same level of performance or even better performance that we had so far.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Amy, anything to add here?
I just added the link for you to read through, Chris.
Thank you for the question, Chris. Any other question? So if not, we can conclude the calls. Again, the links are there. Happy to receive any feedback on those. And I hope you had a great start of 2023, and to see you again very soon.